to my channel. Now I'm really sorry guys about the setting where I usually do these videos. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting in this house because there isn't much lighting and the kitchen is where it's based. But yeah, thank you so much guys for coming back to my channel. On today's video I'm actually doing, as you can see by the title, newborn essentials. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please remember to subscribe. And to all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I hope you do stay, and yeah, let's just get started on the video guys. Okay, let's just get straight into the video. Now I'm gonna read on my notebook. I wrote things down. Let me just find this stuff. Okay, in terms of pictures, I'm actually gonna put on pictures while I talk, because most of the stuff that I'm talking about I don't have, because my son is 9 months now. Yeah, but the pictures are just gonna be the same thing that I actually used. So yeah, so I'm gonna be talking about first the diapering section. So obviously you are going to need some diapers, and depending on the size of the baby, of which you're not really sure of until you give birth, I advise you not to buy too many zero nappies, like zero size. There's like size 1, which I'm not sure about the sizing in terms of kgs, but obviously it shows on the packet, and I'll add on the video. But you're gonna need wipes, and it's very important with the wipes guys that you actually get wipes that are not scented, because with baby skins it is very fragile and it could just flare up on all that. So you don't need those scented, all those type. Just get pure natural wipes and you're good. Also gonna need some bum cream, which is very important. You can also use Vaseline if you're on like a strict tight budget, but I'd advise you to get bum cream. That's very important. So also there is this thing, Isoda cream. I'm gonna add all these pictures, but Isoda cream, it's like a diaper rash. Also it helps with baby skin rash. It also works great on adult skin, so that you actually use when your baby has like really severe diaper rash, which shouldn't really happen that much unless it just shows up, because anytime your baby poops you need to immediately take off the diaper, because obviously if you leave it on, that causes diaper rash and just like pee and all that stuff. And the next thing is you're gonna need a changing mat for mostly when you travel, also in the house, because with babies you can literally be changing his or her diaper, and just accident happens and it's on your bedding, it's on your bed for instance, which you can't do anything about. At that point you have to wash it, so you need a changing mat. That comes with the diaper bag most of the time, which is another thing that you actually need, is a diaper bag to put all your baby stuff when you travel and when you go to the clinic or the doctor or anything like that. Now this one is actually not necessary, but I think it's, if you can afford it, you should get it, a diaper bin. So with diapers, obviously the diapers really smell bad, so if you're gonna just put it in a plastic in your house, the house is gonna smell, you know. So I'd advise you to get like a diaper bins. Those actually control the smell. They're different from the normal bins that we use. They control the smell, and yeah. And also if I do leave anything out, I'm gonna add it onto the video. Okay guys, I actually forgot to talk about this, but it's like a bag where you can just put all your baby stuff in it. Now this is great because you can literally put everything, your diapers, your wipes, all the medication that you're gonna need. The reason why I love it and I have it at home is because if you are in your house, you literally move around it from the bedroom to wherever you are with the baby. You don't need to be going back and forth fetching the wipes, fetching the diapers and the bum cream and everything like that. So I highly recommend you also get this. But most of the stuff that I think is here is what is needed. Now, with bath time, you are obviously going to need a bathtub. There's this thing, like sets that you get in most places at Game, Macro, like those kind of Ackermans. I think Ackermans only has like the bathtub, but yeah, it comes with the bathtub and just a small dish. I don't know what that dish is for, and like buckets. You will need that for babies, but for the first month you won't really be bathing your baby, just wiping them down. Well, that's what I did, because he was really tiny, and just putting him in the bath to drench him wasn't my ideal thing. But you're actually gonna need that, and you're gonna obviously need some bath towels to bathe your baby, and those big ones, those big hooded towels that you put on your baby after taking him out of the bath. I'm sorry if I keep using him, because I have a baby and he's a boy, so I'm used to him, but it's just for both babies, both girls and boys. So when you bath your baby, right, from this 0 to 3 months, which is like the newborn stage, you do not need scented showering stuff. You know, you just use your normal aqueous cream. It works as like a soap, and it works also as lotion, and that's just it. You'll also be told in clinic or hospitals or wherever you go that is best for your baby's skin, because baby skin is very sensitive, and all that scented nice stuff, just wait until your baby's a little older, because most of the time also you might find that your baby has sensitive skin. So if you use all those products, you've already bought all those products, and your baby reacts, it's just a waste of money. Okay, let us get into the sleep parts, and just like mainly clothes. Guys, I was told, and I'm gonna advise you also, do not buy lots and lots of newborn clothes. My baby outgrew his newborn clothes within a month. So imagine buying all those bulk clothes. You don't even know if your baby weighs the size that your doctor say it weighs. So do not. I'd advise you to just buy like a few vests, maybe like 5 vests, because honestly your baby's going to be home most of the time when he's just a newborn, and he won't need to be changing all the time unless there's accidents. But just usually buy with each set, in terms of vest, rompers, leggings, and just anything, just buy maybe less than 10 for each set. That would be just great. Also, when you buy, check the sizing on the back, but because it usually says 0 to 3 months, but most of the places where you actually buy clothes, it's actually reduced. So check the kgs on, what's this thing here on the back, to see if it relates to your baby's size. So as I was saying, do not buy a lot of newborn, rather buy 0 to 3 months more than the newborn baby clothes, because trust me, within 6 weeks they will outgrow it, and it's just, what are they gonna do with the stash of clothes then? So you also need socks and those baby hats, but honestly I would advise you to buy mostly those rompers with hats. Those really work best. But if it's hot, obviously you need to just put him in a vest, but then his ears are cold. You need to buy those baby hats. You need to buy mittens. Now I didn't buy mittens, which I regret. But if you do have money, because I used socks most of the time, and they worked well, because honestly the baby's hands when they're little, they don't use their hands really that much. So mittens are like just gloves for babies, because when babies are little, their hands are always cold, which is like, why? What's happening? So yeah, you also need mittens, and you also need a swaddle. Now what a swaddle is it's just this blanket sort of design that you use for babies to help them sleep, because when babies are little, like they move their bodies a lot, and then obviously they wake themselves up. So the swaddle, what it does is it just holds your baby, his hands inwards, and making that easier for them to sleep and not just keep waking up. So you can also use a receiving blanket for this. It's also good as long as their hands are swaddled well, and their feet also, but just give them room for I'll just do a more in-depth video in terms of helping babies sleep and all that stuff. This is just to tell you what to buy, what you need, like those real essentials. And yeah, this is just basically it. And yeah, let me just get into the feeding section. So whether or not you're gonna bottle feed or breastfeed, which is up to you, mostly in public hospitals. I don't know about privates because I gave birth in a public hospital. Mostly what they do is they make you breastfeed. It's like more of like you have to do this, you know. So don't really buy, you can't buy bottles, but you don't really need to bring them to the hospitals, because I bought them before because I knew that I'm gonna breastfeed, but I'm gonna pump, and then I'm gonna give the baby milk through the bottle, like give someone else to give him milk so that he can get used to the bottle, because I knew over time I'm going to change from breast to formula feeding. So yeah, as I was saying, you're gonna need your bottles, and I would honestly advise you to buy those 0 to 3 months, because there's different sizes in terms of from 3 months upwards. So there's like size 1 and size 2. Make sure you check, because you don't want to give your baby that size up and overfeed him, you know, and then it's just, you know, it's not okay. You are also going to need formula. I use the Peloton. Let me just show you quickly. This is the one that I use. So it is up to you what you decide to use. Obviously I went into formula feeding faster than I thought I would, which I'll explain on another video, obviously, about breastfeeding and formula feeding. But you need to decide on a formula that is going to work best for you. So what I do advise is buy those tiny box bottles. You know, formulas have different sizes. Buy the smallest size you can, so that you can test it out on your baby to see if it will be okay. Because most of the time what you find is babies will be allergic to even formula. You know, some soy, have soy, what's this thing, allergies or lactose or whatever. So buy those small tins first to test it out on your baby before you buy the bigger ones. But the Peloton, for me, it didn't give us any issues. But I know of a few moms who have actually asked me about it and said that for them it didn't work out. So yeah, that's what I would advise. And obviously if you're breastfeeding, you don't need any of those essential stuff. You're also going to need the brush for cleaning your bottles, because it's very important you clean your bottles properly. Otherwise your baby is going to have thrush. There's just nasty germs and everything. So it's very important that you wash your bottle. So with the washing, you're also going to need a sterilizing fluid. Now, it is not really a necessity. You can just sterilize the bottles by putting in hot water or microwaving it, you know. But yeah, you're going to need to sterilize the bottle. So sterilizing fluid and a brush to wash the bottles. So another thing that actually for me is not really a necessity, but I found was really great for me, because I gave birth through C-section, and it was really hard for me to breastfeed the baby because it was painful down here. So you're gonna need like a nursing pillow. That's usually goes about 200 rand, but yeah, it was like 200 bucks. So it's like a nursing pillow that you put between your midsection here, and then you put the baby and you nurse the baby this way. It's really great because you get to position your baby, and if you're drinking something on your other hand, like coffee or whatever, then you can nurse your baby and be doing something else on the other hand. So that for me was really great, and I still use it to this day for him. It helps him sit up. It also helps him when I just lay him down, you know, when we're chilling. So yeah, so it was a great investment for me, and it wasn't really expensive. And another thing is you're gonna need burping cloths. You know, guys, babies, like when you feed them, and then obviously you're gonna have to burp your baby, they spit up on you sometimes. So imagine doing that and you're somewhere and you're wearing your nice clothes. So then your baby burped on you, and now what you're gonna do, you didn't bring another set of changing clothes, so you need burping cloths, or you can just use your normal towels if you don't want to break the bank. Need this is not really a need, but you're gonna need pacifiers. Now my son also only started honestly using the pacifier on his own when he started teething. So before that I would just use it to help him calm down so that he can go to sleep. So honestly, it is advised that your baby doesn't usually use your pacifier until 3 months, because that's going to cause nipple confusion when you are breastfeeding. So in terms of when you're bottle feeding, I don't think it's going to cause that much, but just make sure that the pacifier that you buy is almost the same as the lid of the bottles that you are using. So with the breastfeeding mamas, you are gonna need a breast pump if you decide that you actually want to introduce a bottle to your baby. I had that and it worked for me, because usually when he was like a month old, less than a month old, I would breastfeed, and then his dad would wake up like at midnight for the feed, and then use the bottle, use the milk that I pumped to feed him. So obviously if you're also gonna store your breast milk, you're gonna need your your breast storage pump, so that you can freeze your milk, because you can't do that. And like milk that has been frozen lasts up to 6 months, I think 12 months. But yeah, it's great for breastfeeding mamas who need to go to work and still want to breastfeed their baby even when they're gone, you know. I mean, like, feed them breast milk. So you can do that by pump. And you're also gonna need nipple cream for your nipples. When you breastfeed, honestly, your nipples crack so badly, and it's very important that you actually get nipple cream so that they can help soothe your nipples, you know. And yeah, that's just it for the feeding stuff. So let's get to the medicine. So you need, what's this thing? It's nasal sprays. These help when babies are congested. It's just like pure water. It's not like medicine, anything, all those type of, it's just water, I think, mostly. So you use that to help with congestion in your babies, and just when the air is moist. So you are gonna also need a nasal aspirator, which helps take out the boogers in the baby's mouth, in the baby's nose. Usually there's a set that you can actually buy, which also comes with clippers and a brush, hair brush for babies. And yeah, so it just comes as a set, which is very important. You need all those. So with babies, when they are little, most of the time they go through colic. I'm also going to talk about that in dealing with gas video. But you need colic drops, and it just helps with an upset stomach and you just gassy stomach and all that stuff. I used to use the Telement drops, colic drop. They worked well for me. You can also use gripe water and probiotics. Babies do need probiotics to help, because when they just came out of their tummy, your tummy, and their bodies and intestines and everything hasn't really developed well. They just need that little push. So probiotics are very healthy, but obviously you need to consult your doctor just to know if it'll be safe for your baby. But yeah, that helps also. And Panadol for those days when baby is just crying and you do not know what to do. So Panadol is best because there's ones for newborns. Yeah, that's just the only medicine that I was comfortable using, unless I was given it to by a doctor. So those other ones for, what's this thing, allergics, just because your baby isn't sleeping and you want the baby to go to sleep and then you give him allergics, that's fine with you. But for me, guys, I do not think that's okay, because the allergics, even for adults, it's really strong. So imagine with babies, and you don't even know how much of a dose you should give, because it's written on the bottle that it's from 2 years upwards, you know. So no. So with like washing your baby's clothes, also another thing, buy a gentle baby washing powder. If you can, just use your normal green bar soap. that is best, because you know that your baby's skin is very sensitive at this age. You don't need to put harsh products, and also Stay Soft, you don't need like your, what's this thing, it's not, because Stay Soft is a brand, the like those things that you add to make your your clothes smell good, fabric softener. You don't need all that when your baby's little. Just normal not harsh baby washing powder. And also what is best is just your normal grease sunlight bar or anything like that. So stick to that, don't overcomplicate things for yourself. Now this section is really not a necessity, but for me, because it's different, we are different people, and obviously we require different things for different reasons, you know. These are just like the biggest stuff. I bought, well, not me, my mother and my little sister, my mother before she passed, and my little sister, they bought me a baby bed. I was planning to get one, but I was actually going to just buy the one that you can roll up, you know. You need a cot or a baby bed, you know, unless you are planning on co-sleeping with your baby, which is also fine. But if you want your baby to sleep on their own, you need a cot or like the baby beds and all that stuff. And you need a car seat if you do have a car, or like your family members have a car, and you know that most of the time you're going to be traveling with the baby, you need a car seat. Now, one thing I'd advise you guys before buying a car seat is do not buy those newborn car seats, because obviously when the baby grows up, they'll outgrow the seat, and then you need to buy a bigger one, which is a waste of money. So there are those that you can actually use from birth up until the age where they can just sit on their own in the car. Get those. And oh, this is my holy grail, guys, baby carrier. You know, I got this cute baby carrier from Baby City, I think, or Baby Zaras, I'm not sure, but I'll show you a picture. That was my holy grail, because my baby had colic, and as a result I needed ways for him to help soothe him, and obviously when we travel. So the baby carrier I got, you can actually use from birth, like literally when your baby comes from out of your stomach, because you know all those baby carriers that our mothers or aunts or sisters used to use, there's a certain age where they can start or wait. So I got that baby carrier and I still use it today. You know, it helped me when baby needed to sleep, when I was doing stuff around the house, or just, you know, just needed to carry him. I also got another one which I now use because he's older. That one, I think it's from 4 months. It's great because you can hold your baby in front and also at the back. So I'll be showing you all those products. But basically, guys, that's just it from me. I will share more essentials in terms of from 3 months upwards on the next video. But if I did forget something, I will definitely add it on the video. So, and also if you do have any questions in terms of you need to ask about anything that you've seen that people buy and you're not sure if you really need it and I didn't talk about, please leave it on the comment section. I'm really not an expert, but I believe that with the research and everything that I've done, I know a lot in terms of taking care of your baby, because I'm doing it alone. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and just tuning into the whole video. Please remember to subscribe, because I can see on my analytics that a lot of people are watching but they are not subscribed. And also like this video if you did enjoy it. Yeah, but basically that's just the end of the video today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you on the next video. Bye, mommies.